As a centuries-old vampire, you thought you'd grown detached from humanity, not caring about its ultimate fate. That is, until you learned that you had a single living descendant, a child whose parents had just died. Turns out you do care. Who's the little meat bag that garnered your attention? I teased Nicolas, even if it was as clear as day which small human had his unwavering gaze. Never saw you as one who cared about mortals ever since you became a vampire. 1. Dana isn't some meat bag, the ancient vampire sneered. 2. You're one to talk. What got into you? What eldritch god runs an orphanage for kids? They're adorable, I shrugged, waving back at a tiny child. And they need some love and guidance. So, are you adopting Dana? I don't know. Nicolas stared at the skies, then back at the children playing in the garden. I thought I no longer cared. Not for any human, not for the fate of humanity, or of this earth. Now, I'm not sure. You spent centuries tracking and observing your descendants. The ones who refused vampirism and continued life as humans. I sipped my tea and refilled his goblet of goat's blood. You stopped slaking your thirst upon human blood. You searched high and low as many family lines terminated for any signs your bloodline still lives. Don't lie to yourself, you care. You're not as cold and aloof as you like to pretend to be. Ha, and you wear your hearts on your sleeve, he uttered. Tell me, Elvari. Honestly. From one cold-blooded monster to another. Do you think I could take care of her if I took her under my wing? I've not directly interacted with any mortal for so long. You could start now, I gestured for him to head over and greet the little ones. You won't know if you never try. And besides, if I could hang around humans after 1,000 years of being sealed in limbo, I say you'll be fine. But only if you take that first step and say hi, don't be a stranger. Or a monster. Nicolas rose from his seat and ambled over to the children. Halfway there, he paused and looked back at me. Does he need assurance? A little encouragement and a nudge? For that moment, he looked more like a shy kid struggling to get up and introduce himself than an ancient vampire who hunted alone for centuries without companionship. Which was something he now sought in his last living descendant. Something that had awakened within him after all this time he thought he didn't care. Say something, I hissed at him. Anything. Even a simple hello. Shut your tentacle, he snarled back at me. You, tentacled dork. Are you afraid she might eat you alive? I made funny faces at him and stuck out my tongues. Dana doesn't bite, unlike you. I'll make you regret mocking me. By biting me in front of your precious little one? I waggled a few tentacles while eating from my plate of cookies. If you'll let me do the introductions, I'll introduce you as Nicolas the Neat. The Hermit. He abruptly spun around and shouted, Hey Dana. Hi, mister, she replied back and waved. Mr. Elvari, is this one of your weird friends again? Again? The vampire was befuddled. I don't discriminate, as long as a foster parent is a loving parent. I tried clearing things up. There are demons, genies, and even fey foster parents who care for the children better than their biological parents, over half of whom traded their firstborn child for magical deals. So which one are you? Dana looked up at Nicolas, then to me as I approached them. I'm a vampire. You can call me Nicolas, he bowed with a dramatic swish and flourish of his cape. I like Nikki, Dana said. Can I call you Nikki? He frowned and scrunched his face. I don't. It sounds stupid. I vote for Nikki too, I responded, raising a tentacle in the air. That's settled, Nikki. Dana, do you want to go check out Nikki's new house? I can go together with both of you. We'll need to make sure you both are a good fit for each other. Don't be daft, Nicolas snorted. She's my descendant, of course we'll be fine. I like your confidence. Let's go to your house. I could set up some icebreaker games for you two to know each other better, I offered, conjuring a portal. Who wants to play your dumb games? The last time I agreed, you had me and my coven running around like headless chickens on a wild goose chase. You still try to find the descendants of that goose, I shrugged. Same way you found your last descendant here. Enough. Now tell me, any babysitting manuals on how to take care of my human? Nicolas looked away, clenching and unclenching his fists. Dana isn't an IKEA furniture, she doesn't come with a manual, I laughed, as did the little girl. Oh Nikki, you could start by talking to her. Or would you rather head back in your cave than chat with a female? Well, whatever, the vampire waved off my words dismissively. So, Dana? What do you want? How can I take care of you? She smiled and spread her arms. You could start by giving me a unicorn. A cute horse with horns. Not one of Elvari's weird tentacle horsies, okay?